First carry for Peyton Barber. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Peyton Barber, 34 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, they ran the toss, trusting he had the speed to get to the edge, and he did.
And there really wasn't any doubt about that, because the scouting report told you that this guy could flat out run. When you give him a little bit of space and a chance to get there, he usually does.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Jackson on first down. This one complete to Ingram. Ball shifting. Whoa. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spot.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon,
got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. blocker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. From the gun, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And out across midfield. Down to the 45.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it second down and 11. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ready, Johnny.
On second and 11 now. Winston. He completes it to Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber with his second touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Throwing on first down. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Jackson will throw again. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to regain the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Heading back out there, a look at Peyton Barber. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Winston now. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. Winston of the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Wait. 48.
Right here.
Green, 17.
48 Mike.
Now Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, still on his feet. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. On second down, it's Jones. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
48, Mike. 48. Come on. Check 48's the Mike. Check 48's the Mike.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, alert 48. Easy. Right now, let's go.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Here's Winston. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal.
Mike 48.
Come on. You better bring it.
Now Winston on 4th down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Ronald Jones there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we peek at some of his work from this game where he's nearing 100 yards.
And haven't we gotten pretty close in this game nowadays in the NFL to almost taking labels off of the tight end position? These guys now can be the #1 option in an offense, and that never used to be the case. So now how do you even match up with them? Cornerback, safety, linebacker, all three will have deficiencies against the best tight ends in the game.
Watch the shift.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. Roberts got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Snead's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jackson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys have now moved out in front. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime in it. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as well? We are underway in quarter 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with him. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now Winston. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. An 18-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 38, Winston, blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack. On 3rd down, Winston throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hudson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's going to launch this thing way down. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. Now Jones. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Ain't anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Winston to throw for it on 4th. He's got it. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hand.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
He completes it to Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 39 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to Boyle here over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. It's complete to Snead. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
25, check 25, check 25. Jim, no take, kick down. Hayward.
Again, Jackson. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
45's the mic, 45's the mic. Hey, me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Jackson will throw again. He's got it to Ingram, complete. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 45's the mic.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin White able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Watch. Max box. Right. Showing it. Delta.
On 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Barber. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ready, Johnny, black 22. Man up, D, man up, D. Zoom. Mike 48. Army. Let him go.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He fights him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Winston. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
After the interception, here's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Again, they'll run with Ingram. But he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 2 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Winston readies the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns, 2:18 on the clock. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 36.
To throw again on second down. Winston, that's caught. It's Peyton Barber. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 46. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Back to it after the pick six. Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Jameis to throw it. Now he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time. First down, Winston. And Winston lost the football. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. Throwing, Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Now Winston. Complete to Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson that's caught. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because Now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Come get some. Come on here.
One last shot now for Winston. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for two. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now Jackson on first down. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Jackson letting one go deep for Roberts. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage this time either as they stop him behind the line once more. Jackson looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Wait.
Following the interception, Winston fighting to stay upright. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brashad Perriman, 43 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson, and this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. On 2nd down now, it's Jones trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
To throw, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. Now Winston on 4th down. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
They'll run for the first time with Peyton Barber. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up first and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Ready? Back, 25, behind. Let's go. Flip. Check three.
Here's Barber. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. One more time with Barber. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal? They'll run with Barber. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the fourth down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on fourth down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and then converted a second time for 6 points.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 14-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll run here with Ingram. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. Second and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it's third and goal.
I know as a defensive back, I was taught to play it the way that we just saw. Use the back line as an extra defender and make sure they throw it over your head and not in front of you. In front of you means it's a touchdown. Over your head, you got a much better chance.
Touchdown, Ravens.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it was 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jameis Winston and the rest of the Bucs set to begin this next drive. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 75 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
We own them. We own them. Bang, bang. Let's go. Come on.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson going up top. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Ravens. 54 yards. Here's Jackson to throw. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're running out.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And again, it's Ingram. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Ingram. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Shifts by him. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 50. The 40, 20, still on his feet. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think a lecture on ball security is in order here? Because
Absolutely.
and it's not just taking care of it, it's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we're going to make the 48 right now. Let's go.
On 1st down, Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. First.
A gain of 15. And a Buccaneer 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
5 on 50. 5 on 50. Mike, 48. Gut. Watch the twist. 48, Mike.
From the gun, Winston. Jones has it. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Jackson on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jackson throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. To throw is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Yeah, that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 22-yard touchdown grab as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Down Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
We ain't giving them nothing today. Hey, look. Hey, even.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to air one out. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. So we reach halftime, and what's been due to time constraints, we move.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit her mag, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counted.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific match.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go from Tampa. This will be fielded at the 8. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville. Now Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. First down, a 16. To throw is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now, 5 yards as his guys are able here in this opening quarter. So a big to cap a touchdown on the opening drive.
Is not what you'd call a dominance, but a really good feeling scored. But I've got to ask you, partner, what are the analytics of a run? Does it establish anything else for him?
Tucker point, and that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3